All right, all right, all right. What is up, YouTube? It's your boy G11 with a live stream. That's right. It's the first one we're going to do. I'm super excited. It's a different kind of format where we can just have conversations and talk. Obviously, I ain't expecting a lot of people in here yet because, my channel is still small, but this is one of the things and one of the steps I want to take towards growth with the channel and just getting the message out. All right. So, something that I have been thinking about a lot lately, and I have had a lot of topics I've been thinking about lately, is the idea. Oh, look at that. We got hey, we got Yaki Sodi in the building. Thanks. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. But one of the things I've been thinking about lately, right, is in the title, right? So you're the average of the five people that you hang around. And I want to know if oh, appreciate you too. Appreciate you too. And I really, honest to goodness, want to know if people think that's true or not, right? Because here's where I stand on that topic. I think you are indeed the average of the five people that you hang around or the people that you spend the most time with because they are going to have some type of influence on you, whether you think so or not, subconsciously or not. They are going to have, in my opinion, I think they are going to have some type of influence on that. The way you think, the way you spend your money, your mannerisms, the language you use, all that type of stuff. So, before we really get into it, man, it is so interesting hosting a live stream. I was trying to get some of the other guys up here to get in. Uh, Jude, I know you had your con that you're at, so it's no biggie. But I don't know. I think I'm gonna try to do stuff in more of this type of format. It's more casual, more. It's real easy to just talk like this. Also, there is a link for anyone that is just joining in. There is a link in the description for the StreamYard if you do want to come up and join the panel. It's open. Um, you don't have to be camped up necessarily if you don't want to. Just don't hit me with the gotcha. Okay, that's all I ask. Some of the channels that I follow have had incidents recently where folks have come up and done some stuff to try and take them down. So that's all I ask. But I'm gonna share an article that I came across with you guys that kind of supports my point. And let me pull this puppy up. It's from the Insider. From the Insider here. Hang on. I had to move this out the way too. Ugh. Sorry, I have a bunch of stuff up here. Let's just take this. Too many gadgets, too much tech. But this is an article back from 2012, actually. So this might not be a good one to pull time wise, but I think it still holds water. So, motivational speaker Jim Rohn famously said that we are the average of the five people we spend the most time with. This relates to the law of averages, which is the theory that the result of any given situation will be the average of all outcomes, right? When it comes to relationships, we are greatly influenced, whether we like it or not, by those closest to us. It affects our way of thinking, our self esteem, and our decisions, of course. Everyone is their own person, but research has shown that we're more affected by our environment than we think, right? So I think this sums it up pretty good. I think this sums it up. While it's ideal to be closely surrounded by positive, supportive people who want you to succeed, it's also necessary to have your critics, which is why I don't believe in the echo chamber, right? I want people to come with disagreements because it's gonna. Oh, let me do this. I want people to come with disagreements, to my ideals because it's going to force me to think a little bit harder about it. Maybe there's, an aspect of a certain thing that I just didn't think about. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm in that echo chamber, I'm not going to be able to elevate my thinking and get really dig in and get critical about it. So I think that's a good point on that article there. And the more successful you become, the more criticism you will face. Glenn Lopes over at Forbes wrote about how 6 types of people build your mental toughness, including doubters, critics, and the envious. Without them, you'd never sharpen your skills or develop tough skin. And it talks about that. That's a short little article. There we go. So, folks, I really want to know what you guys think about that particular topic. Um, Again, I agree with that notion, right? I do think you are the average of the 5 people you hang around. Like, I'll use myself as an example. So I'm a gamer. My inner circle that I hung around for a long time, all of us, we just game, we joke. It was a good time, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't progressing. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't focused on getting after the bag. I wasn't focused on my growth. I wasn't, I took a break from school for a little bit. I was just kind of existing in a sense. I was the fifth person who just played games all day. I went to work, spent, that kind of stuff. But um I didn't have a purpose or wasn't doing anything with my life per se. And I often see this in the circles, like even at work, people who I work with, I watch who they're dealing with growing up in school. You see the little circles, you can even classify it in the little social groups. All right. You got your goths and you got your jocks. If you're hanging around 4 of the jocks, so guess what? You're probably the fifth jock. In my case, I was hanging around 4 gamers. Guess what? I was the fifth gamer. If you're hanging around 4 business minded rich people, then what does that make you? You're probably going to be the fifth business minded rich individual eventually. You won't be there right away, but that's just the average of it all. Oh, hang on. Drop a like and subscribe if you guys haven't already for the algorithm. Drop a comment. Let me know you guys are here and then join the show. But for those of you just getting in, we're talking about you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. I support it. So I was trying to get some of the OGs in here, but I think everyone's busy on this Sunday. A matter of fact, how y'all doing on this fine Sunday? How y'all doing in 2022? Are you guys getting after the bag? Are you getting after your goals? Like, how are you guys doing today? I want to know. Because I tell you what, I'm getting these video uploads. I'm getting into my school. I'm real close to getting this bachelor's degree done. And I'm killing it at the job. I'm killing it. 2022 is going to be my year. Also, I have a goal to lose some weight here. Oh, you're about to go to the con. Okay. Oh, you're about to drive to the con. Might be. That's funny. I'm gonna post this over in the book face as well. I want to see if anybody wants to jump in here. But not about how many hours. Oh, he's working today. Look at that. Dang, you guys got some busy lives on here. But yeah, that's my thing. And even if you guys have something else you guys want to talk about, we can go into that too. This is just a real laid back format type deal. Um, doesn't have to be stringent to that specific topic. Oh, what you got? Prepping the study, lose weight, got to make that rank. That's right. Yeah, I know that's the goal, right? You got to make that tech this year. Now, my goal in terms of rank, right? I'm trying to make officer. That's my goal. So, for those of you watching, um, I am currently active duty Air Force. You wouldn't know it by the way my beard looks because I've been home for a little bit, but I'm currently active duty Air Force and I am trying to go for officer right now. So that's why I'm really trying to get this bachelor's degree done and try to commission and get the big buckety bucks. But yeah, definitely study, lose weight. We got to lose that weight. Man, that's like that is like the hardest thing, isn't it? Cuz it's like losing weight. I don't have an issue getting in the gym, but the problem is the diet. Oh, the problem is the diet, man. Um I enjoy food way too much. And that's something I have to discipline myself in, right? Is the god dog mouth pleasure. I think that's something a lot of folks struggle with. So, mouth pleasure is always an issue. But what else? I don't know. I think oh, what's this? I just saw your message, Jude, about the handshake. I'm tripping on that. But yeah, I mean, it's good to have those goals, man. And 2022 is definitely the year to work towards those things. So, um, my other goal for this year is to continue growing the YouTube channel. Oh, what's this? I'll pull up your other one here. Recruiting has you out so much. Fast food is easy. That's right. Fast food is easily accessible and cheap, but that's where discipline comes into play with this kind of stuff. So, hey, maybe that's the thing. Maybe we got to hang around some disciplined people in terms of like mouth discipline, and we could be that fifth person who has diet discipline. You know what I mean? I got to build a circle like that because it's hard for me. That's what it is. I hang around four people who like to eat, and I'm the fifth one who likes to eat. Isn't that a doggone shame, man? But I tell you what, man, if me and you, if we get that discipline down in terms of like just denying ourselves that mouth pleasure, we'll see the weight drop because, like I said, diet is 80% of that, and then we'll see our pockets be a little bit fuller too, which is the other thing, right? So I am. My goal is to be wealthy one day. Like I want to live real comfortable. I don't want to have to worry about anything. I don't want my kids to have to worry about anything. I don't want my daughter, my grandkids to have to worry about anything. That comes with having a plan and, understanding your money and all that stuff, which we'll get into at a later date. I think we'll bring up a guest who can educate us on that a little bit, as I am not the expert. But I know for sure if you just, the basic thing, develop a budget, stop spending your money. Obviously, our fast food thing, we'll lose weight, we'll see our pockets get fuller. So, um, dang, man, you really, I feel targeted. I feel targeted on that one. Oh my goodness. Let's see here what we got. Oh, hold on. Let me just it's live now. There we go. Okay, there we go. I think Charles was in here. Look at that. But yeah, like my other goal for 2022 is to continue growing the channel, continue producing quality content for you guys to indulge in. I want to create value for you guys with the videos. So, obviously I cover Reddit and celebrity news and all that kind of stuff, but I do want to get more into creating more original content for you guys. So I want to be a men's advocate. I want to be able to talk about those things. I want to talk about improving wealth. I want to talk about improving diet, all that type of stuff. Um, I want to talk about understanding relationships better, right? So I've been married, God, it's been like 9 years now. I want to talk about that kind of stuff, the ups and downs that I've gone through with marriage, right? My goodness, it is not easy. It is absolutely 100% not an easy thing. And it is imperative that you understand what you're going to get into, what marriage entails, understanding yourself, having yourself set up before you dig into all that kind of stuff. So, but again, this all does tie back into who you surround yourself with. If you surround yourself with four single people, well, sooner or later, even if you're married at the time, I think sooner or later you potentially end up the fifth single person. It's just statistically speaking, or if you're not married at the time, you already are that fifth single person. You got to really think about who you are including in your circles and who you're putting, all that stuff, all that jazz, you know. But that's just some of the things I think about on the daily. And if you guys haven't already, on my second channel, I started vlogging, and just while I'm out and about, it's a little bit more casual, kind of like this, where I'm just discussing things that I'm thinking about as I'm out and about while I'm driving or if I'm on a hike or something like that. I just did actually I just did one yesterday. I was up in the Red Rocks out here in Colorado. Man, it was beautiful. But really gave me a lot of time to think about how I feel about success. I'm scared of success. I'm absolutely terrified of the idea of being successful. You know what I'm saying? But then, probably have to hang around a couple people who are successful to really see what that's like. Let's see here. No, no private chats or anything just yet. Give me a second here, guys. I got another article that I want to dig into here. So let's remove that one. And then we will stop that. We will share this other screen that I have here. So this other one comes from personalexcellence.com. I always like to support it with some kind of article or fact or something like that. So here we go. Actually, I don't think you guys can see that. So this one, I believe, is a little more current. They talk about our homie Jen Ron from the other article. And they said, regardless, I believe the underlying intent of Jim's quote is who you spend time with influences the person you eventually become. Who you are with can elevate you as much as it can bring you down. And I think this person documents their experiences with different groups. So let's take a look here. The kind of people you interact with influence your consciousness level and your beliefs and behavior in a particular area. I second that motion. Junior college. Back when I was a junior in college, I was 16 to 18. I was surrounded by people of pretty low consciousness. That's not surprising. In college, people are experimenting and stuff. The junior college I was in was not the best one around. Many students were in it because they couldn't get to the higher ranking schools. Some were quite bitter and disgruntled, and conversations typically swirled in negatively. Keep that in mind. As students negatively compared themselves with people from higher ranking colleges, they also often focused on the doom and gloom of life. How many of y'all have come across groups like that where they play the Victim Olympics? I know I have. I mean, actually, my entire life I've come across people like that, where everything is bad, everything is doom, it's the end of the world, the sky is falling, and just nothing is going right for this individual. Personally, I don't choose to live my life like that. Now, don't get me wrong. I have moments where I'm just having a bad day or a bad week, but I always rebound with some kind of positivity, and I have a good, I think, system in place that helps me do that. Really good buddy here, Jude, yeah, always has me cracking up and stuff. So, but absolutely, if you hang around negativity a lot, based off of that example there, right? He's in college and people are talking about gloom and doom all the time. They weren't in a higher ranking school and it's everything else's fault. Then I think you begin to start thinking like that. So you got to separate yourself from individuals who indulge in that kind of thing. Let's get back to the article, guys. Actually, I might need to zoom in a little more so you guys can fully appreciate it. Okay, there we go. There we go. It didn't help that even the teachers themselves had a condescending attitudes toward the students, as some teachers were posted by the ministry to teach at the school against their wishes. Wow! So even the teachers, this thing was so ingrained that even the teachers had a negative attitude about it. When I was with the negative teachers or students, I found that their negative thoughts would rub off me no matter how positive I was. Oh man. These thoughts stuck around and subsequently affected my thoughts and behavior. These 2 years are one of the most negative periods of my life. Wow. So no matter how positive this person tried to stay, like he was just essentially his own belief system got overwhelmed by just being around all that. That's interesting. Okay, second example they provide working in their first corporate job. So when I graduated and worked in my first corporate job from 2006 to 2008, I was surrounded by colleagues of a much higher level of consciousness than the people I used to be around. These are very talented individuals who are the cream of the crop of whatever countries they're from. Working with them, I found that they were very solution focused, positive, and driven. It was extremely invigorating and uplifting just to be around them. And this was one of the most motivating periods of my life up till that point as a young adult. So this is something that I want to strive to be to those around me, right? Is that uplifting, solution focused, positive type thing, right? It's easy to just be negative and point out the bad stuff, but the question you got to ask is, okay, we've identified the issue. What are we going to do about it? What's next? Right. And a lot of people get stuck at identifying the problem and circling that. So I would definitely want to be in one of those types of circles. Those are people who are most likely going to be successful in the long run. And as this individual says, one of the most invigorating periods of their life. So I challenge you guys to really look at what your circles, your inner circles are like. What the people, it doesn't even have to be five, like whoever you hang around, right? What is that like? And really look at how you are behaving and stuff like that. Okay. Um, we got sleepwalkers here. That one's interesting. Oh, let me go back. Let's pull that up. In my general day to day life, I encounter sleepwalkers who lack a core focus in their lives. Their lives revolve around working, eating, sleeping, random entertainment, and generally getting by. I think I was a sleepwalker, y'all. I think that was G11 for a little bit. Uh, let's see. When I am with them, I find it very difficult to lift the discussion from lower level fear based and ego based topics like gossip, complaining, unhappiness, and day to day worry to higher level love based topics such as living with purpose and self improvement. So the individual who's writing this article, they seem like someone who's really tried to be a positive light out there, but they're noticing through all these different circles that they're having trouble influencing the majority as they're the minority in these things. And they try to have higher level topics, doesn't work. Millionaires, okay. This I'm interested in this. What do you have to say about the millionaires? A while back, I had the opportunity to interact with a group of millionaires. It wasn't exactly a consciousness raising experience for me, as the topics were very heavily focused on money and extrinsic possessions, but it was an eye opening one. The conversation focused a lot on the high life, materialism, buying branded goods, fine whining and dining, and traveling around the world. I'm not saying that all extremely rich and successful people are this way, because I later came to make friends who are very conscious, positive, giving, and unostentatious. That's a tongue twister. And they happen to be millionaires. It's just that this particular group behaved in this manner. Interesting. So he found a group of millionaires that were a little more materialistic. Jump. Headphones not loud. Oh, sorry. Just one of the homies here who I was trying to get in. Let's go back. How people around you can affect you. So I found that there are two factors that determine the extent to which your thoughts and actions are influenced by the people around you. The first is your consciousness and resilience as an individual. The second is the collective sum of consciousness of the people you're with. Interesting. We're not going to dig too deep into the rest of this article because it looks like he does like a really deep dive. But the short version is, the people you hang around influence you. So I really want you guys to think about that as you go about your day, um, as you continue your path to growth, as you age. Really look at your circle of friends, look at, your employment situation, who your coworkers are, and really start to evaluate, okay, maybe I need, oh, wait, I just saw that comment. I don't, what was that referring to? Were you saying you're a sleepwalker when I was talking about that? I think you were referring to that. But really, really, guys, you just gotta keep an eye and understand, who it is that's around you. Understand how it's affecting you, because if it's yeah, he was a sleepwalker. If it's affecting your productivity, if it's affecting your money, if it's affecting your mood, then you probably should remove it out of your life. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, this is a very short live stream. It's the first one I've done in a while. I don't have the panel up with me, but I'm planning on doing more of these in the future, maybe like once a weekend or something like that. Oh, wait a minute. I guess he said not today. Hang on. I got to bring him up to the panel. You ready, Jude? Let me know in the private chat. Hold up. Let me know in the private. I guess type a message in the private chat if you're ready. Actually, you know what? Let's just go. Here we go. Hold
Yo,
on, man.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So,
Dude.
yeah, like as you started going over the sleepwalker, that is sorry if you randomly hear the GPS go off, I'm still driving. But yeah, that whole sleepwalking thing hit cuz like how do I put this? I got so caught up in changing position and like, yo, you got to get the mission done, you got to talk to these people,
Right.
got to do this, that, and the other. And I know you and I have talked, offline about how my boss views like what we got to do, how we got to take care of business. And it
Yep.
just got to a point where it's like, yo, all I do is get up, go to work,
Yep.
grab lunch. Obviously, like, not really hitting when I talk to some people, but at the same time, I talk to so many people, like,
Yeah.
you could probably put a cardboard cutout in front of me. I'll do my spiel, you take it away, put a new one, and I'll probably just say the same thing.
That's tough. No, but I get what you're saying there. Yep. Eat, sleep, work, random entertainment in between. That's really like how I felt for a while. Like I was like, I'm just existing at this point. But that's one of the reasons I started the YouTube channel, because I'm like, okay, I need to I need to do something productive. Two, I need to do something different. And I felt like I did have some ideas to give back to society, right? Something that could help, some kind of value to add. So this is helping me achieve that, and has broken me out of my cycle of being a sleepwalker. Hopefully, it gets me on my goal of being a millionaire someday. I want to be in that circle, you know. But first, I got to cut out these cheeseburgers. we gotta eat right, man. Oh my days, it's too easy.
Look,
But,
look, as I said, even though the YouTube is much different, then you see that I'm the
what's that?
yeah, like I was saying, like, even though the YouTube name is clearly different than Resident Otaku Jude, uh, like I'm on the road so much that the option, and it probably went hand in hand to like just where my mindset was of, well, I know I got to eat, let me just grab something. But
Right.
you're right, we got to find that person who's disciplined, and like I don't know if I'm gonna have to go into meal prep. Like that seems like work in itself. But if it's what I got to
Hey,
do, like that might be the step I
any,
got to take.
anything worth doing is gonna
What,
be
can you
hard.
hear me?
I'll put it that way. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. It might be a slight delay on your end, but
All right. Like
anything
I
worth
said, man, I'm
doing.
on the road.
I think it's just a little bit of a delay. That's all.
Sure.
But anything worth doing, it'll catch up in a second. I think anything worth doing is gonna be challenging, and at the end of the day, if it's gonna better yourself, then we gotta knock it down. You know what I mean? We gotta knock it down. So hey, I'll tell you what, I'll start meal prepping this week. And you know,
True.
We gotta maybe we'll work
I mean,
out a
what was it?
system.
I think what was it? I was in one class where kind of someone started talking about like getting that new stuff in and like just building those new habits. But
Yep.
it's like make it so it's attainable. So if you're like, oh, I want to start, reading a book before I go to sleep. Okay, cool. Read.
It cut out just a little bit, man. I think you're probably hitting a dead spot on the road there. Oh, wait a minute. There, let me bring you up here.
Nope.
There we go. Okay, so yeah. Did you have to rejoin?
Oh, what? What? Yeah. Yo, this is
It
trippy.
created like a second version of
Did
you.
you get the right one?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. But shoot, what was I saying? All right. To someone in a class I was doing, and the way to like start getting the habit of doing new things, like you got to make it simple and easy. So hey, I want to start reading before I go to bed. Cool. Like start with first few nights, you read one page,
Okay.
and after like obviously yeah, like I succeeded, I did the one page. Cool. Like start working your way to up it, and eventually, hey, you read one chapter, clock out.
So kind of like a walk to run type deal. You have something small and achievable, and then you take on you increase it gradually, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually very doable. Rather than trying to eat the whole elephant, you eat it a bite at a time.
True.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe we do this, right? In terms of like meal prep. Like meal prep like one day out of the week. Then you increase it to 2 days, et cetera, type deal. You know what I mean?
And then eventually, I'm planning my lunch for the week.
Yes. Man, I'm telling you, we'll save so much money that way, dude, and we will see our weight come down. I'm trying. I need to lose weight. I'm trying to get back to like my high school, my high school weight. I was looking like Slim Thug.
So I'm gonna be realistic there. I don't think I'm gonna get back to my days where I was like $1.25 soaking wet.
Well, what's your goal weight?
So for me, I just, obviously I'm looking at all these people and it's like, oh yeah, I'm getting ready to join.
Mm-hmm.
Where, I'm harping on these folks that are like 3 pounds overweight. I looked at myself and what was it? I want to say the max weight for folks who are 5'8", because that's what the Air Force said my height is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm fucking like 10 pounds over.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so you gotta 10 pounds essentially to get to that weight
Yeah.
first.
And then from there, like if I want to work it more, I gotta work it more.
Facts. No, right on. Same. I want to lose weight just because like I feel the difference like in terms of like just going about my daily life. It's a little harder to get up, more tired. Just generally like life is just a little bit more challenging, and I know it's only going to get um harder as time goes on. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if I don't stop and change things now, then as I get older, stuff is just going to get worse.
Yeah.
And us being of the darker persuasion, we're more apt to develop certain diseases and things. Especially when we don't take care of ourselves. So uh gotta make sure I do that. Want to live a long time for the fam. But
Agreed.
but this has been
Agreed.
very much so. But this has been a good topic. I think I'll try to do this like every weekend or something like that. We'll just do a live stream. Kind of like how we were doing our panel discussions before. Uh-oh, I think you're lagging out again a little bit.
Well, I mean, I'm in a parking garage now, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
But
we'll just do this. On my
yeah,
phone.
that sounds pretty dope. No, I was like, it sounds pretty cool. Like, do this, especially if we manage to assemble the panel. Like, we just get the live. It's no,
Mhm.
well, I don't know how many of them are actually watching this or will go back and watch it, but I'm gonna say, let it be known, like the panel will be live.
Yep.
Ain't no way we can misconstrue the fact that it will be live. Like, last time when there was no warning we were live, and you got some people showing off, risque posters.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. I might have to edit that. I might have to go back and edit that video. That's right. Yeah. No. You're absolutely right.
I'm just saying, mine aren't bad.
No, you're right. I could get striked for that. We gotta think about that stuff now as the channel grows. So
Yep.
but yeah, we'll assemble the panel. Hopefully, we'll just do a live. I'll present a topic, but we can go off topic like how we did today. I don't mind as long as the discussion is some kind of actually I don't even mind. It could just be a rambling type discussion. Like that's fine. Like that's the whole point of this is it's homie talk. So
That's true. And actually, real quick, I wanted to say it like while I was prepping to get ready to go until I was like, you know what, bump it. I'm driving. I was more so driving and listening,
Mhm.
but I was like, there's a few things I want to at least hit up that I
Yeah.
would have, done in conversation. But just gonna put this plug in. I'm at ALA, Anime Los Angeles, last day of the convention, so I'm gonna try to, look around, get them last minute autographs, meet some nice people, do what I do.
meet some really good folks out there, some mangaka, maybe some producers, some famous
Yeah,
voice
like
actors.
what was it? I know yesterday I was at a panel for behind, anime dubbing,
That's
and
cool.
I know 100% at least you cannot complain about like, oh yeah, like subs versus dub, like bros, like that dub is what we grew up with.
That is because we didn't when I was a kid watching Adult Swim late at night. We didn't have Japanese. We had English dub. With subtitles in some cases. So yeah, that dub life, bro.
Yeah.
But
It was
thanks.
just what now? Sorry, I was checking with something, but like,
I was gonna say thanks for jumping in, man. Appreciate it.
hey, no problem. But going back real quick because I noticed I started to derail. But when you mentioned like the think tank, again going back to the class that I did, they covered when they first started making smartphones, right?
Yep.
So everyone on that board was right-handed. And it wasn't until they put a left-handed individual that smartphone started working for left-handed folks.
What? Well, see, because they weren't thinking about the left-handed people.
So like, at least to like do a shout out to like everyone, especially like, I mean, you hit it well when you said like don't get in the echo chamber, but real talk, like having all those people, like everyone's right-handed when you start building and like working on stuff. You're not thinking about anybody else because you're like in that moment, everyone in your mind, like everyone's the same.
Right.
But now you get that one left-handed person, it's like, yo, this, like, none of this works for me.
That's mad facts. Like I said, really, for me, I want to get challenged on my ideas because I don't think my ideas are end all be all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I just sit in the echo chamber, I'm not going to have a chance to test it. To really see how it applies against other people's thought process. and there's no growth. So I got to be able to contend with people and have discussion with people who think differently than I do, so I can get that growth. So it's real
Very
interesting
true.
stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's real. That's that's just me.
And then of course, what else? Like another thing I wanted to hit, like going back to the people we know. I know at least before you started the panel, we talked a little bit about it. But
Right.
like the average of 5 people, but then you got not just the people you hang out with now,
Right.
but the people you had prior that just stick with you.
Yeah, you did mention it.
Because I'm sure, like thinking back to the lounge days, like first thought you probably have about me, besides back when we were gaming, like I was down pat, I was the angry one. Like
Indeed.
as soon as something happened to set me off, like
Triggered.
yeah, like just like that was it. Be it classes, like a very close match, trying to finish up a match, but like I got class right there and I'm getting frustrated because I want the W before I leave.
Of course. Oh, absolutely.
Got people who just sit there spamming and don't know how to do anything else except the one move.
Yeah.
And of course,
yeah.
like I got angry. But on the flip side, like, I know now that you got frustrated, but back then, like you were that beacon of positivity. Nothing's gonna go wrong. Like,
Oh yeah.
ain't no reason to be upset. Like, it's all good.
Just
Luckily,
a
you never
game.
hit me with "it's just a game."
People hate that one. Oh yes.
Because it's not just a game. Like it, and some of those matches, like it was pride.
Yeah, it is. I realized this like growing up later on in life that like men are competitive and we do put our pride on the line when it comes to stuff like that. So
Yeah, especially. Granted, I honestly cannot remember his name, but that one guy who used to spam, and I was like, you know what? Like today is the day, and I like set up full handicap, like gave him the most extreme handicap, knowing full well he was gonna spam, and I was like, now watch me win, and I did it. Oh,
that's true. You did get him like bump this. I'm taking the dub today, mother.
yeah, but even so, like I went out of my way just to prove myself that I could still get the win, even with
You're,
all the crap he fucking did.
you're
And I
determined.
did it.
You did. Absolutely. I know exactly what you're talking about too. Back in those lounge days. God dog it.
But
Yeah.
again, to keep this from derailing too much, like you were one of those people like going through like basic training or even a tough situation. It was just like
Oh yeah.
my instincts are telling me like, yo, like I like this is frustrating. I want to get angry, but it's like, nah, like in this situation, what would G say?
Oh
And I
damn.
like took that moment, reflected, like, yo, he's the happy-go-lucky guy. Sure, I'm not necessarily trying to be friends with these folks,
Mhm.
but you know what? Hey, guys, like real quick, let's just get together, get it up. Like, let's do whatever we need to do.
Right.
Because once this is over, flipping back to myself, I ain't got to look at none of you.
We might not even see each other for the rest of our careers.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, so here's the thing, like with that positivity, right? Like it is good and it's bad, at the same time, because it's gotten me through some rough stuff. But sometimes you know, you do have to switch it and show that you aren't going to take some BS. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
because being the positive guy all the time, sometimes you take on things that you shouldn't necessarily take on. You're listening to everyone's problems, and you can internalize that kind of stuff. And I did from time to time. I internalized, things people told me. I just resentment would build up, and you just become this bitter person. Now on the outside, you can't tell because I don't verbalize that bitterness like that, but I was like that for a little bit, but now I'm a little bit older. I kind of understand when to be it and when to kind of turn it off, especially with stuff in my own life, to just be more grounded. I'll put it that way.
I mean, I think overall we all had to do that.
Oh yeah, that's becoming an adult.
Yeah. But what I mean by that, like in those people that stick with you,
yes,
like just the fact that you were the positive individual, you'd go out of your way to help people.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, just that little bit kind of stuck and went, you know what, maybe start helping people out. Because if I do that, in return, it's going to be a little bit easier on me.
It will. It will. So it's twofold, right? Like you help people out because it's the right thing to do. I mean, for me, it feels good to help people out. I get that little internal, I don't know how you would call it, satisfaction, that euphoria. It just feels good to do good, right? But two, like with certain things, you help them out, it will save you from things later. It's kind of like it's like a real life decision based like RPG. I'll put it that way, right? So how you make decisions in games and there's consequences to your decisions. Real life is exactly like that. There's a consequence there's a consequence for every decision that you make, good or bad. I know consequence, we just typically associate that with something being bad, but there's good and bad consequences to whatever you decide. And usually helping people out gives you a good consequence later on down the road. So yeah, it's interesting.
And then another thing that stuck with me, knowing how to take an L.
Yes.
I mean, especially after talking about being the ragey and spiteful individual.
Mm-hmm.
I had a supervisor, and like, granted, he was the most level-headed dude I know.
Right.
Sure, he knew when to crack the whip or even let loose the irritation like I used to.
Yep.
But when it was like, yo, ain't nothing gonna be done, like there's nothing we can do, all right? Don't necessarily want to lay down and take it. Maybe it's not even your fault, but you got to take the L. You're going to just take it with grace.
That's it. Right. No need to complain. No need to kick and scream. Just take the L and move on because there's nothing you can do about it. Right.
Yep.
I learned that early on too, man. Control the things you can control and don't worry about the things you can't.
Yep.
Especially when it comes to L's, because I've taken my share of L's too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not done yet. There's more L's coming. I'm not done yet. Especially trying to make this thing a career. I know there's plenty more L's in store for me, and I'm gonna just learn from each and every single one. As long as I don't make the same L twice, that's the key.
Well, you got to be careful on that one because sometimes the same L will show up twice.
But see, that's the thing. Since you had that L the first time, you should be able to identify it on the second go around and avoid it, right?
That's true. That's true. But then comes the workplace L, but I will save that discussion for later.
Yeah.
I actually did realize I'll talk with you offline about it, but we might have a part 2 to that Air Force homie talk.
Hey, let's do it.
It might be a little more specific, but there might be a part 2.
All right. Hey, you let me know. We'll cam up and whatever you feel comfortable talking about, we'll talk about. Because like I said, I want to do these live. I like this live format a little bit better than pre-recording. Only thing is, with the live format, I want to allow the viewers to come up if we, kind of like some things I've been seeing, but I just have to be careful with that because some stuff went down with some big channels I follow recently that I'm just like, ooh, I gotta be careful.
Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. People come up and just be doing some wild stuff, or they have a name that says one thing, and then as soon as they get up, something else pops up, and it's like, whoa, we gotta get rid of that. We don't want to get strike. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, this was a good discussion. For the viewers at home, if you're watching this after the live, hopefully you get something out of it. Hopefully you guys enjoy the conversation. As y'all can see, it's very informal. It's just very very discussion roundtable based type deal. I like this a lot better. And also shameless plug on my second channel, which I did at the beginning of this video, but my second channel is all vlog type stuff where it's just my personal thoughts on just different topics. So if you guys get a chance, go check that out. Hit the sub button, hit the like button for the algorithm, all that good stuff. You got
And for
anything?
any of you folks in Torrance, California, just drop by the Delamo Fashion Center if you're looking to join the Air Force.
Shameless recruiting plug.
Look,
Oh,
I said what I said.
he did. I appreciate you coming up. For you guys at home, again, we'll see y'all on the next one. We'll probably do this every Sunday, and come join the conversation. So until then, we are out. And
Peace.
peace.